Hi folks, this is Cambridge City Councillor Nadeem Mazen coming to you today for just a quick talk about the Twining project on Mass Ave and Main Street. It's a formative time and a formative project because it's coming on the heel of the K2C2 process, looking at the future of Kendall Square and Central Square, the zoning, the placemaking, and because those recommendations weren't really adopted and are still in process, it really is the kind of watershed for maybe what our squares will look like and what we can bring to the community as we evolve and develop in the next several years, if not decades. What Twining has brought to the table was originally a very tall tower, a community arcade and community shops at the ground level, potentially a hotel with community space and even maybe a movie theater, a number of other things, most of which aren't really part of the current plan as proposed. It's just mostly the tall tower and some ground floor shopping experience. My question for Twining and really for the city and anyone who's doing big development is how do we make these places, how do we bring market rate housing, how do we bring affordable and middle income housing, but how do we first and foremost make place and bring community benefit? And when we take an important corner like that and all we do is focus on the residential, I'm left wondering what happened to all the other great amenities. And that's not a jab at Twining. I'm excited to see this going, and I'm hopeful that it will merge with the community's interests and the community's needs, but that's a much easier argument to make when there's a lot of community resources and a lot of community benefits coming together in the plan. Which takes me to my next point and my next hope. I really hope that our community development department in charge of urban planning can begin to take a leadership role. I know some want to see city councilors take a leadership role in zoning and planning, but not all of us are urban designers. What we really need is a CDD that comes forward and says, we've been obsessing about this corner on Mass and Main for generations, and this is what it should be. Or here's 5 different outlooks that our developers can take into account when they're making place, when they're making an innovative look at what the future of our squares will be. And we need that leadership not just for each development and each parcel, we need that development for context so that we as city councilors can say, I'm more of this flavor or I'm more of that flavor when it comes to urban design, and we actually are talking brass tacks rather than everyone waiting for someone else to get going. You know who ends up getting going in the end? It's always the developer, and their vision is always limited to their parcel without the needs of the community or the context of their place or of the city's development taken fully into account. That's my real hope. That's my hope for the K2C2 process as we move from recommendations to adoption. That's my hope for Twining and any other major developer. That's my hope for the master plan, that we don't just have discussions that pop up every once in a while. We have a real plan, a real timeline, a real trajectory, real context, so that we can trust that a few different flavors of urban planning experience are being leveraged and are being applied by that department every single day, and that we as councilors and we as a city know where we fit and know where we can argue yes, argue no, argue change, and have something tangible, something real, and something innovative and exhaustive to work with. That's my hope for the Twining project and for the city, and I'll leave you with that and look forward to your comments, ideas, and your own experience as experts or as residents.